Welcome back to the Planet Crafter, my friends. This is the Green Hand. We are sitting atop our beautiful base, beautiful blue sky, clouds in the air, grass slowly spreading across our barren landscape. But we do have a problem, and that's a problem we are going to solve. I have two heaters here, and my heat is pretty pathetic. You know, look at our oxygen. It's ramping, our pressure's ramping. Biomass we don't have to worry about right now, but our heat is quite low. We need that to rise because there's some areas we need to access that can only be accessed if it's a little bit warmer here on this planet. So we have tier 3 heaters. I'm going to deconstruct my tier 2s. Let's get those going. Now, what do I need for a tier 3? I really only need an iridium rod, which I should be able to create. Tier 3 heaters. We were at 15 before. And just with one heater, we're already at 40. So I'm feeling good about that. I'd like to put one more down to just really speed that up, which means we need a little more iridium. Okay, let's take a look at what we got going here. That feels good to me. We should be sitting at about 80 now, 70. Yeah, that's not too bad. We're gonna unlock our biodome very quickly here. So I'm gonna wait around for that. And we really want this ore extractor. The problem is we need osmium. Where are we going to get that? Well, we needed to increase the heat on this planet in order to access the area that has the osmium. And we've also reached the rain terraformation stage just recently. Pretty soon, we're going to have liquid water on this planet, which is a huge, huge milestone. Speaking of, we can build an atmospheric water collector to start collecting water instead of getting it from the ice. Boom, boom. Okay, let's build a biodome. How much power is it going to take? 37? Do we have enough? Oh, yeah, we do. All right. Let's put a biodome on this bad boy. Where are we going to put it is the question. Let's get these solar panels out of here. There we go. Biodome's on. We will fix the aesthetics of this in a bit. All right, let's see what we got going on here. This is where we access kind of our secondary progression tiers. So you've got your animals, your insects, your plants, your biomass. We've unlocked nothing so far because we're really only just spreading around some grass. And, you know, the first unlock here is a beehive at 80 tons. We're in grams. So we're not even close to the units that we need. We're going to get there pretty quickly on some of this. The biolab's at 865 grams. We're at 245. So we are ticking along. The nice thing, though, is that the biolab itself produces quite a bit of oxygen, 135 per second. So our oxygen is absolutely cranking. But what we're gonna need to do here is clean up these solar panels. I still want this energy. All right. Next thing I need to build is the atmospheric water collector. So I'm gonna need super alloy and a bunch of other basic materials here. So let's grab that. This will slowly start to collect water, kind of like a dew collector. So let's put this somewhat near our base so we don't have to go too far to get to it. Put it right here. And you can see it'll start to slowly produce water, which is fantastic. Looks like we got a new message. Let's check on that. This guy Riley has messaged us. I finally managed to locate the system they sent you to. I don't have much time, but I'll try to give you some advice. The success for planet crafters is low because it's almost impossible. Space food in your pod. Okay, it's been a long time since we saw that, Riley. Grow food. We already started doing that. Okay. Sentinel Corp has sent us another message saying the planet is a pre-civilization sector, trade ships. Okay, I mean, look, I'm stuck here. I don't need to be hearing from you guys. Just relax, okay? Just chill. Okay, so this is what I was looking for, but we're nowhere near it. So it says it's gonna melt at 500 NK. See, that's what's nice about that. You got a nice little water bottle, grab it, throw a food collector down, put something in there. Beans. Put some beans in there. We are a ways away from hitting 500 NK, which to me means I need even more heating elements, which means I need more tier 3 heaters. So what am I gonna need to get that done? I need more iridium rods. I only have 5 left. So I'm gonna have to go over to Iridium Hills. Oh, look at that, it's raining, guys. Did we just reach the rain stage without me noticing? I think we must have. Beautiful, wow. You can really start to feel this planet shift. And that's the coolest part about this game to me. I haven't ever seen a game that shifts and changes its own environment based on your progress like this. It's really cool. And we really haven't reached the coolest parts yet, which is why I'm so excited that you're here on this playthrough, because it's been a while since we've been here on the Green Hands. I know that. A lot of you OGs from back in the day, there's probably like 6 of you. You remember my satisfactory playthroughs that were a lot of fun, but life took a turn and, you know, I took a break from this and here I am back taking this channel seriously, but also for fun. And hopefully you're having some fun as well. Ah, that feeling when you just start fading into the black. It's so peaceful. Now, there is some pretty killer stuff I can do with this rocket platform. In fact, what do I need to multiply my heat? This might be the smoothest way to get the job done. This might actually be the smoother way. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to have 3 cobalt, a rocket engine, and super alloy. Got the rocket engine. I need super alloy. Do I not have enough? I don't. Okay, I'm going to show you where to go get it then. Good excuse for that. But I've got the blueprint to unlock. So let's see what we got here. Display case, nothing fancy there. In this sort of Stonehengean looking structure, you've got some gold in them hills. Well, you do. It's just you kind of need the jetpack to get up there. So now that we have it, what we're going to do is pop up this little rock shelf right here, which you'll kind of float up it like that. And I kind of jump over this way. We'll follow this rock up and over. And I just jumped from here to here. And there you go. So what you're going to do is you're going to comb this sort of flat surface for super alloy. And there's going to be a lot of it. Looks like there's some aluminum as well, which we'll take it while we're here. All right. So we need the cobalt. Do we have that? Let's go see if we can build this rocket. This is going to be a huge, huge upgrade in our heat production. Yes, we have it. Take a look. Attracts uranium asteroids, gives a global heat generation bonus of 1,000. So look at our current heat generation. We're at 67 pk, which is probably picokelvin per second. So look at that. We just generated this massive rocket. We're going to shoot it off. And before we go check what our heat is at, which it should be dramatically higher now, we're going to see what this does, because it's supposed to attract uranium asteroids, which we really need, honestly. We can generate more nuclear power off of those, so off it goes, and look at that. Already, the uranium asteroids are coming in. What I like to do is I sit up here and I just watch where they land, and I try to figure out, like, where are they clustering around. So there's one right in front of us over by the super alloy cave, which is great. There's one right over there, okay. Now, what I like to do is I wait a little bit, and I look for the rock debris, and then I let it go away. Okay, look at that. Yeah, look at that, 675 picokelvin per second. So we 10x'd it right there. Our heat is absolutely cranking. Remember, we need to get to 500 before we can actually get in to some of these areas that are really gonna help us out with our progression in this game. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and track down these asteroids, and I'm gonna scoop up as much of this uranium as I can from them. The thing that's helpful, though, sometimes it's kind of hard to get in these little rocks because they're these newly generated rocks and you kind of have to, like, creep around them. You can actually wait for them to despawn, and then the uranium will just be laying on the ground, which is honestly a bit more efficient. But I'm going to collect a little bit of this right now. Maybe we'll even be able to get a tier 1 nuclear reactor in place. Okay. I really like where we're at right now because our oxygen has slowed down a bit. We're at parts per billion now, so it's just going to be a little bit slower because we hit a new unit of measure. But we are cranking along with our heat. We're getting, pretty close. I'd say we're probably about 5-10 minutes in on pure waiting of getting to that next level. But I do want to build this, if I can, to just speed that up even further. Now, did I use all the iridium that I just collected? Yes, I did. That is annoying. What we'll do, though, is we'll create a uranium rod. If you're ever kind of struggling to store stuff, you can actually just compress it into the rod format. This is mining speed. What this is going to do is once we get our ore extractor right here, which we still don't have, it's going to speed up the amount of time it takes for the ore to actually come out of the ground. And there are 4 tiers of this, so we might as well get to the tier that we can get to, which would be, looks like tier 3. So we've got chip 1, chip 2, chip 3. We'll need osmium for chip 4, which we do not have yet. And looks like we're going to need another exoskeleton to fit it. All right, great. So we've got our exoskeleton. That gives us 4 extra slots on the back, which means we can equip our mining speed slot. And let's just see, do we have anything else? We've got a tier 2 torch. We require sulfur for that, which we don't have right now. And we technically could make the faster agility boots because we're only rocking tier 1 right now. It's not really mandatory, but if we've got the fabric, looks like we do, let's go ahead and just upgrade it. Why not? So now we're on tier 2. So now we're gonna need explosive powder for tier 3, which again, we do not have. Are we rocking the most updated oxygen tank? No, we're on a tier 2 oxygen tank. Okay, that's my bad. I need pretty much every mineral for that. All right, let's upgrade the tank, and let's see what we need to upgrade it to tier 4. 3 more super alloy and a cobalt. Do we even have that? We're just burning through super alloy, aren't we? I don't think it's worth burning that super alloy. We're at 280, that's fine for now. So let's check on our heat. Oh, look at that. We're past the amount we needed to be past. That is fantastic. Let's turn that into a uranium rod, dump it in here, dump the rest of this in here. We'll keep the water bottles, and let's go hunting. We need osmium. Yeah, let's just go get as much osmium as we can. And spoiler alert, the osmium is up in that little ice-blocked cave. That is what we've been waiting for. So osmium will unlock quite a bit in this game because, again, it allows you to make some pretty key upgrades, but also, for me, the most important thing is it allows you to mine on autopilot, which means that you can set up like 2 or 3 of them, and you're just going to start getting all the minerals that you want, all the metals that you want, and you will not have to worry about running around the map like I've been doing for this entire playthrough so far. And thank you so much for watching, by the way, here on the Green Hand channel. So take a look. We are melted away. We've got some osmium just sitting right in front of our faces, which is a beautiful sight. And we also have another new material, sulfur, which is fantastic. Alrighty, what do we need to create this ore extractor that we are missing? Aluminum, titanium, iridium rod, super alloy. Yeah, we need an iridium rod and titanium. We only have that much iridium. We only have 5. So we got to go back and get some here. Actually, there may be another way. We can make it rain down on us, and we can increase our pressure. This is probably the smarter play. So we're going to need a rocket engine, 3 silicon, and a super alloy. Rocket engine needs... Oh, I need an iridium rod for that. Of course. So we are going to have to go over to the cave. All right, we're back with a decent haul here, but what I am going to do is do the pressure rocket because it's going to make that iridium rain down on us, which we want. But also, it's a 10x multiplier on our pressure. So we're going to 10x this number right here. We'll go to 720 NPA per second. And the reason why is because the very first time you do this, you get a 10x. The second time, you just get an additive amount. It's not going to do 10x of the 10x. It's not going to be multiplicative. So it's just not as beneficial the second time, although it's still quite important. So let's get this rocket engine going here. We're going to need 1 of these. We're going to need 2 super alloy. Am I already out of that too? Woo. Because what we're looking for next is a tier 2 nuclear reactor that's at 1.5 MPa, which is the next thing coming up. So we're about 3x away from that. We need to triple our pressure. Well, 10xing the production rate is a great way to do it. Let's eat that bean, which is the weirdest looking bean I've ever seen in my life. So let's put this baby in the sky. Goodbye, and let's watch where they land. Okay, right in front of us. This is great. So let's go hunt this stuff down, and we'll try to get all the materials we need for super alloy if we can. So we'll need just 1 of each of the basic. So I just need a little bit more super alloy here. Yep. So let's get back before I run out of O2. Classic green hand move right there. Okay, we're good now, guys. We are absolutely good. Can we build our ore extractor? Yes, we can. We just need to get our iridium rod made out of the iridium we just collected, and we'll be in a very good spot. And I want to show you how this works because I swear it is like one of the best upgrades you can get as you start to terraform your planet. It just saves you so much time. Boom. Ore extractor. Let's go. Let's just put it right out in front of our base right now. Maybe not in the grass, maybe like right over here. So it's already cranking. Take a look at that. And what it'll do is it comes with its own built-in storage, and it's targeting iron because in any sort of basic area, that is what it's going to get you. But it will get you kind of a menagerie of different types of things, which is great. So it's going to get everything but aluminum here and everything but like iridium, uranium, osmium, etc. Aluminum is a little bit easier to get over there. Of course, if we go into the osmium cave or the iridium cave, you're going to get more of that over there. But with a tier 1 ore extractor, it's still pretty loose. You're not going to get everything that you were hoping for. But while we're at it, let's see what else we can upgrade over here. I think we can get to the T4 backpack now. Yeah, we should be able to. We should have enough super alloy. Maybe, oh, that's what we can do. We can get to the tier 2 jetpack. Perfect. So look at that. Boom. Tier 2 jetpack. Now, yeah, you can feel that boost. You can feel that boost, guys. We're going a little bit faster. So we have made it to a pretty significant point in the game right now. We have ore collection on autopilot. We've got blue skies. We are progressing towards the lakes section of the game. You can tell that we're moving very slowly towards that point. What that tells you is you're going to need to upgrade to the next tiers. So we're going to need more power. We're going to need a tier 4 heater, which is coming, but we're very far away from that. You can see our oxygen is quite low and not producing very quickly, so we're not going to get there anytime soon. We are going to get an algae generator that's going to give us some more biomass, and we can even get a tier 5 backpack. Some really cool stuff coming soon, but as the storm comes in, I'm going to take some shelter in my bio lab right over here, hanging out with my plants, because of course I am the green hand after all. And I will see you on the next episode. Make sure to subscribe. Love you guys. Peace out.